Alright, welcome back. We're going to resume our training videos. We're going to do like we've done the past couple of years. For each video, we're going to focus on one of the 8 state finals from GHSA. So we're going to start with the A Public this year. We'll look right up in here. You're going to see this a lot better from the end zone view. As you can see, this is a touchdown play. Don't get beat, Deeps. Even though you got a back judge there. Alright. Looking from the end zone view, we're going to look at right here. So he's going to come in, and he's going to take this defensive lineman out from the back and below the knee right there. This is a clipping. Remember, it doesn't matter anymore about whether or not they're in the tackle box, which is really hard to see the snapshot. But that's even if we had the tackle box, that's not gonna cut it. Clipping doesn't matter though. They changed that rule 2 or 3 years ago. Where now, if it's clipping anywhere, then it's a penalty. You can see this happens fast, but it is pretty clearly right there in the back and below the knee. So, we got to get this. This is a safety foul. Even if it's close, remember, anything close on the safety foul, we're going to flag it. Especially clipping. This could have ended this player's career right there. Luckily, he bounced right back up, but any kind of safety foul like that, we got to get it. Good call right there for blocking the back. Remember, blocking the backs, especially stuff like this, they don't have to be really egregious. They don't have to be overly, vicious. They just have to legally displace the player from behind. So, and that's all that was. A little shove in the back, but this displaces him from behind. So that is a good call here. So who catches this? This is one of those that is in that transition period between the field judge, side judge, and the back judge. Remember, back judge, you have the returner until he completes the process of the return, or completes the process of the catch here, in which case you'd switch off and get everything kind of in the middle and around the returner, and then the field judge or side judge will get the returner. And this is that really, it's right in that gray area where you would switch off. So luckily, we still got this. The back judge did not call it. The field judge, side judge called it. So good job there. Good job of catching that. And remember, like I said, doesn't have to be egregious. Doesn't have to be vicious. It's just got to be enough to displace them. So good job of the field judge really holding on to that key right there. You see the back judge, he's got to make sure that gets secured. And then still, you could have had 2 flags on this, but this is right there in that transition period. But we got it. Good job all around there. Alright, this next one got a lot of replay. The ruling was fumble, but that is not the correct ruling. And once we see the replay, we'll see why. And on this one, you always want to go with, you don't want cheap turnovers. That's kind of a motto we use. No cheap turnovers. And this is all on the referee. You have no help on this. We covered that in a video earlier in the playoffs. And you play like this, that's all on the referee. So you have a definite, the arm is going forward, the ball comes out as that arm is moving forward. Let's see, this is definitely an incomplete pass. You also have just the philosophy of, if it's close in this situation, we're just going to go with an incomplete pass. No cheap turnovers. So every incomplete pass, you also have to consider intentional grounding here, which the team would probably gladly take intentional grounding over just losing the ball. But intentional grounding, you're definitely going to have here. Number one, it hits that player. You got all these numbers around it that aren't eligible. So you always have to look into that. But like I said, this team definitely they're going to take that over losing the ball. And then the next play, I think the other team scored a touchdown. So close plays like that, no cheap turnovers. All right, this one we want to look at right in this area. The initial hit below the waist, that's fine. But one thing we want to make sure we're looking at, even if the hit below the waist is legal, we want to make sure they're not wrapping up their legs as a player's trying to get away. Now, this is far enough from the ball that I'm not saying this is going to be a foul. Because it's too far from the ball to consider this a foul. But it's definitely a talking to. So this is the first quarter, so this is your opportunity to kind of go in there and say, hey, make sure when you go below the waist and you make that contact, you're not wrapping up their legs. It's holding, and it can be dangerous, depending on how it's done. It can really put a player at risk. Saw a video earlier in the season this year where a player got hurt. An offensive lineman got hurt from a very similar type of play. So make sure we're cutting that out. And again, at that point that's just a talking to, because it's not anywhere near. All right, big deal here. Inverted whistles. So not much you can say about an inverted whistle other than don't have them. Keep the whistle out of your mouth until you need to blow it. So that's the one thing about inverted whistles, okay? Just keep the whistle out of your mouth. Don't blow it unless you have to. Remember, whistles don't stop the play. The action on the field stops the play. So there's no reason to be in a big hurry about blowing your whistle. So that's one thing we need to see. And you remember, we always say, make sure you know where the ball is before you blow the whistle. So, see, it drops right there. Somehow we blew the whistle. Okay, another thing. 145, let's say 145 is when this play is technically over. So we are now at 10 seconds. About 20 seconds, and we finally realize we need to stop the clock. So make sure we're stopping the clock before then. If you think this is going to be a conversation, let's go ahead and stop that clock. All right. Bad enough we got an inverted whistle, and now we're like 20 seconds run off the clock. So it's just not good optics all around, and then the worst signal any white hat wants to give. So it sucks. Inverted whistles, they suck, but they're also 100% avoidable. Just keep the whistle out of your mouth. Don't be so quick to blow it. Remember, whistles don't stop the play. Well, the whistle technically stops the play, but you know what I mean. The action stops the play. We don't have to blow the whistle for it. Just want to clarify that. All right, you got one guy coming in motion, and your inside receiver at the bottom, he's still backing up. This should be a flag. That's snap. Let the play go. Throw the flag in the air. But it is a flag. Even if this is a situation here, but even a situation where you're talking to the receiver, telling them to move up or move back, and if the ball snapped while he's not set, then it's still a flag. And I know some people will say, especially coach will say, well, you were telling him to move. Yeah, but it's the quarterback's responsibility to make sure all his players are set before he calls for the ball to be snapped. So, just something to keep in mind. You got a guy in motion and one player moving back. Similar situation here, the inside receiver. This one's a little too close. He's still not really set before we throw the ball. But all right, one thing here. This is a good call for no intentional grounding. He's in process of being tackled. So the ball lands at the 46, and you got a receiver 10 yards. So we're good there. The only problem here is, I would say, if you have a mic as a white hat, this is a good opportunity. You just hop on the mic and you say, there's no foul for intentional grounding, number whatever he is was in the area. And then that's it. They can argue with it all they want, but they have your reasoning. You just gave it, there's no intentional grounding, number 10 was in the area, and that's it. So there's opportunity. If you have a mic, anytime you can quelch any kind of flames or anything like that, always use a mic for that opportunity, especially for intentional grounding. All right, here, this is a great call for a no catch. He never really had it. Only couple of things here. Let's be a little bit quicker on it, and work on our signaling a little bit. And there's no need to come onto the field to make this call. Just stay in the white and make the call there. But it is a good call for no catch. He never really tucked that ball in. Never had possession. And for possession, you need control of the ball, and he never really had it there. And so, just kill it. Good call, incomplete pass. But again, like I said, let's just stay off the field as we make that call. This one I just show more of a philosophy question, just kind of tease your brain a little bit. This is a catch. No one's doubting this is a catching a touchdown. Just throwing some what ifs at you. Is when does this become a catch? He's got control, possession right there. So let's say he gets right there and he drops the ball. Is it still a catch? Remember our what we want. What we say, you have to control that. If you're going to the ground, you have to control all the way to the ground. So our question would be, does the end zone change any of that? So when does this become a catch? When does this become a touchdown? If he gets, like we said, if he gets to the ground right there and he drops it, well then is it not a catch anymore? Just, stuff to throw at you. Or he has control and possession. He has control of it in the end zone. Is it a touchdown there? Or does he have to maintain it all the way to the ground? Stuff to think about, kind of chew on. We'll talk about it in camps this summer. And comment in the comment section what you think. I'm interested to hear what you all think about it. All right, great job this player holding on to the ball on this catch. We don't do him justice on the spot though, so we're gonna say, I don't know if he quite made the 45 or 35, whatever that would be. But he definitely, what is that? 45? Nah, you can give him the 45, at least the 44. And we're going to give him about a yard short, probably 2 yards short. So let's be a little bit better on our spots, because we want to give them every inch they deserve. Every inch they deserve. They fight hard for it. Give them everything that we can. We short them at least a yard, maybe 2 yards right here. We gave them the first down, but still, like I said, we want to give them every yard they deserve. Every inch they deserve. Good job here, the side judge. being away from the pylon. That's good depth and good positioning, good poise. So once he has certainty that this receiver has secured the catch, you can see he moves his eyes down to the feet and ball. Make sure the feet and the ball get where they're supposed to be. They do. And then he goes up with the hands. Great job there. That is perfect. That's exactly what we harped on in camps. That's what we want to see. Good job. Fortunately, we're going to follow up a good job with a not so good job. So, if you watch this live or on TV or whatever, the controversy here was whether or not this player touched it. It's a low drive kick. Announcers, team, they thought it was touched there. Remember, it doesn't matter. A kick is a kick is a kick. And the kick doesn't cease to be a kick until it's possessed. So kick is a kick is a kick. So, all 11 players on white can touch this ball. As long as none of them possess it, the kick doesn't end. If the ball goes in the end zone at that point, it's touchbacks. This ball is dead right now. So I don't know why we have a beanbag. And then this is back optics. Referees just kind of be aware of where you are in the field. So you stand there and give the signal. It looks like we're indicating that white team's getting the ball in the 1. That's not the case. Maybe just kind of step back in the end zone. We should have had a touchback signal. I don't know if we ever got one. They should be killing it now and get the touchback signal, because that's what we got. Maybe he gave it later when they cut, but we gotta have that touchback signal. Kick is a kick is a kick. No need for the beanbag there. Why we put on the 1, I'm not sure. And just referees just kind of be aware of where you are in the field, because again, to stand on the 1, which is where we put the beanbag, and then the signal first down, looks like that's where we're giving them the ball. When actually it's a touchback. And again, it's also, you have a mic. That's a good chance to just get on the mic and kind of explain the situation. The kick never ended. No one possessed the ball. Therefore, we have a touchback. Keep it short and sweet and whatnot. So that concludes the A Public. Thank you for watching. Remember, subscribe to us, like this video, whatever you want to do. If you don't like the video, well, the other button works too. So, thank you, and we will be back in a couple of weeks with the A Private.